Hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Silent Run. On this channel, I help my recorded wins with some commentary and general discussion about this beautiful game that we play. So that time, the video length is right. This is a roughly 40-minute Silent Run. Definitely speedrunning here a bit. So we take the Transform 2 there for 99 gold, pretty good cost there. And receive Envenom and Corpse Explosion. The Envenom is a bit slow on floor 0. Definitely a bit sus. But the Corpse Explosion is going to be quite good, of course. Applying some poison, and that everything dies when one thing dies effect is very strong. Pretty good slime fight there, took 1 I believe. And Dagger Sprays here, we have Envenom in our deck already, so planning on starting to use that a bit, and of course Dagger Spray, just a very good attack, common, does AoE damage, good upgrade, with +4 to everything. Definitely a solid card. Ironclad would love Dagger Spray instead of their Cleave. Hitting twice for their strength stuff would be very strong. And a good Jawworm fight there. Not getting in a Jawworm incident today. And a Poison Stabs here as well. So skipping 2 Acros already for some attack commons. Of course, a little bit early for the Acro here. And we already have such greedy cards with the Corpse Explosion and the Envenom, you know. No need to make our deck even more expensive. And we get a Golden Idol. Serpent's also here. Of course, Serpent is always here. Not clicking that. I played this fight a bit weird. I didn't break the shield on the one I Corpse Explosioned, which could be a bit awkward. Luckily, the right one's hitting me for 6. It could have been 8. I would have taken 2 damage. And so that's a good roll there. Not punished. And Bane might seem reasonable with this Envenom thing we're doing, but Natural Stab does 0 energy, deal 12. And also is an attack that applies the Envenom poison. And so I upgrade Venom. Now it's actually playable, thank God, and we find Knob with a pretty good opening hand here. Doing a bit of math, is Corpse Explosion more damage than Dagger Spray and Strike? But no. You can kind of think of Corpse Explosion, maybe it will get 3 ticks, so that's 6 plus 5 plus 4 damage, which is 15. Whereas Dagger Spray and Strike on its own is 14, plus it applies a little bit of poison with Venom as well. And hopefully we kill on turn 3, and which would make a Corpse Explosion actually less damage. But sadly, just not getting there. So take the we pay the Gremlin Knob tax, sadly, and get an Unseizing Top. If we run out of cards in our hand on our turn, we will draw a card, and that can keep going and going and going. Has the potential to be very powerful, but most of the time it's a bit of a mean dream. In addition to that, playing on Ascension 10 or higher means you have Ascender's Bane in your deck, so the first time through your pile you may just hit the Ascender's Bane with it and your turn is over, which is very sad. If you're playing on below Ascension 10, you may actually quite enjoy the Unseizing Top. And we found a Blade Dance as well for our Envenom stuff. It's a great card in Act 1 anyway. And I'm considering the Regen Potion here, but I can't. If I'd applied a bit more poison last turn, I could have just passed there and let the Regen Potion go off and the poison kill. But sad. And I found an Eternal Feather, which will heal us for 3 health for every 5 cards in our deck whenever we visit a rest site. So very good. Essentially lets you just go there and rest for free, and then you get to upgrade a card instead, which is very powerful. And I was hoping to draw Blade Dance here, but it's the bottom card, so that's a bit of a yikes. Missing on some good damage here. And I do Blade Dance over a Defend there. Gotta make sure you kill Lagavulin fast enough. This is a very sad turn though. Very sad. It's okay. Got there. And we find a Mummified Hand. Very good relic. Whenever we play a power, you'll reduce a random card to 0 cost for that turn only. And so you see the Defend gets hit there when I play that. And Smashful Stab dealing 0 or 12 damage there. Very good in this fight. And I should have hit the one that was buffing. I noticed immediately. Whoops. Luckily drawing a Piercing Rail there though, so it can full block. Still kill the right one. It was dying this turn anyway. And I can actually just get there. Dagger Spray does 8 plus 2. And then I can Corpse Explosion for exactly 8. Pretty good. And I just took a Prepared. So I'm interested in Tactician, perhaps. It's a little bit early for it, I know that, but I love Tactician and have a lot of respect for it. So interested in taking it speculatively here in order to hopefully have it be good later. And definitely going to upgrade some more damage. Blade Dance not only is 4 more damage, but also applies 1 more stack of poison with Envenom. And gotta make sure we have these really good attack cards, because we're going against Slime Boss. Slime Boss is very terrifying. And our Super Elite is good here. It's a Strength Gremlin Knob, which is basically normal Gremlin Knob. Slightly scarier than normal, but definitely better than Max Health Gremlin Knob or something. Which would basically buy him a whole other turn to hit you for a lot. And so we managed to make it through there. Took some damage, 16 I believe, but that's okay. And now we have enough common attacks. Gotta pump the brakes a bit there. Piercing Will actually blocks for 6, so in full block. Pretty good. Now we also find a Matryoshka from that Gremlin Knob. That means the next 2 chests we visit will have 2 relics in it instead of just 1. And Footwork's here as well, with a Mummified Hand and needing some block. And even with Eternal Feather, Slime Boss is so scary that I probably have to rest here, unfortunately. Just a little bit too much damage if we get a bad split, probably. Did draw on Venom and Blade Dance on turn 1. But sadly hit a Defend there instead of our Corpse Explosion. Would have been a lot more damage. Probably 15 more damage, as mentioned earlier. Play all these cards. And get to 62. Forgot about Unseizing Top there. So actually should have played the Footwork first to get the Mummified Hand proc. I didn't consider that it was going to matter, but I could have played 1 more card with the Unseizing Top. And so I am generally not beating the allegations of forgetting about Unseizing Top. Boy do I love passing with the card draw. It's one of those things that I've just never gotten used to. You should at least see what you draw, because if you don't, then that could be very awkward. And so here, if I can Corpse Explosion and get the slime dead next turn, I should probably defend here, but it's only 3 anyway, so just do that. And then that way I can Blade Dance all on the right slime next turn. And the 20 from the slime dying, plus the huge Blade Dance, plus the poison should be a lot of damage. Then can deal with the last slime here pretty comfortably. So, took some damage, but we made it through. Very happy about that. And here's a Wraith form. There's also a Tools of the Trade, which I considered for sure. It's cheap power for Mummified Hand. It enables Tactician and possible discard synergies later, but Wraith form is Wraith form, and I'm a fool for even considering not clicking it. It's really good. Would love some energy. There is a Sozu. Cursed Key is normally better, like miles and miles better than Sozu. The downside of not ever being able to get a potion no matter what is significantly more brutal than skipping, in this case, 2 chests, probably. And additionally, you could even find synergy like Omamori, which completely eliminates the downside, arguably, of Curse Key. But here I have a Matryoshka, so I'm interested in going to the chests. Once again, I'm not beating the allegations. But yeah, it's definitely a bad idea to click Curse Key here. I really want to go to the chests, and I really don't want the curses, so just deal with it. And I remember this time, huge. Ascender's Bane. Bottom cards, so I got as lucky as possible there, all things considered. Not too bad of a avocado fight there. And Eviscerate is here. We have 4 energy now. It applies 3 hits for the Envenom, and also just a good card. May find some more discard stuff later, making it better and better. And Transform 2 is here, definitely better than the other 2. And Storm of Steel and another Eviscerate. So Storm of Steel not exactly synergizing with Eviscerate because it discards your entire hand, but it's interesting. And all of a sudden, we are offered a Sadistic Nature and a Crippling Cloud with our Envenom deck. And now every single time we apply poison with an attack, we are going to deal 5 damage as well. And it even is a 0-cost power for a Mummified hand, which is pretty incredible. So suddenly we have so much damage in our deck. Just gotta survive here through the Chosen. Whiffed on the Defend there, it's actually rather sad. And I remember getting a bit wide-eyed here. Very scary. But it turns out that Envenom Eviscerate was just lethal and I wasted this potion. So I realized it before pitching everything. Oops, that's a huge mistake because I can't get any more potions. Definitely very sus there. And I do have a footwork, and perhaps not always blocking with Wraith Form, so I actually take a deflect there for some cheap block. And we find the huge high roll of Bloody Idol, which will now heal us for 5 whenever we obtain gold. And that is absolutely massive. One of the main reasons why you always want to click on the Golden Idol in Act 1. And so now we have so much sustain with Bloody Idol and Eternal Feather. No way to die, probably, unless we get one shot, essentially. And we're also offered a Tincture and a Calculated Gamble. Tincture being whenever we discard a card, for each card discarded, deal 3 damage to a random enemy, which is a lot of damage as well. And Gamble just discards your entire hand, so that's a great synergy as well. Excellent. There's also a second Envenom there, but it just applies 2 poison at once instead of 1 and then 1, so therefore it doesn't get any better with the nature if you do that. So just the 1 is plenty. No need to take that. Definitely take the gamble with our newfound Tincture. And Tincture is such a cool, fun relic. I absolutely love it. Every time I find it, I am interested in making a Tincture deck. But we are very, very far from that here, unfortunately. It's going to help a little bit, but it's not going to be what we're mainly doing. And the Reflex Plus is offered with our newfound Calculated Gamble. Boy, is that good. And we get an Auric Alchem, which is good. It's not attached to the blue key, which will give us 6 block if we end our turn with 0 block. Pretty good with the Wraith Form, essentially full blocking for you for free. And there's also the Boot, which will deal, if you deal less than 5 unblocked attack damage, it will increase it to 5, which is not particularly useful here. I actually drew Neutralize there. It's not even particularly good because it was already weakened, but that's pretty funny. And should be able to full block here with a Wraith Form Auric Alchem. Just send the strikes. Didn't have Envenom in play. Very sad. Definitely missing some damage here. Now we're cooking. So our deck does so much damage. And we get a Horned Cleat, giving us 14 block on turn 2 of each fight. A very good relic. Take a backflip as well. I upgrade Gamble. Interested in repeatedly playing it for our Tincture. And so last time I went for the big Slaver because that would mean that everything always dies with Corpse Explosion, but these guys have pretty close health. And I may not find Corpse Explosion in a timely manner, so just wanted to hit the right one instead, of course. And then now I have the option to kill the right one, but Corpse Explosion is still in there and I might find it soon, so I save it just in case and can hopefully get out if I need to. I have Raid Form to play anyway, so not taking too much damage. And there it is. So everything's dead now. Sadly, not playing Crippling Cloud. Actually, if I played Crippling Cloud, I would have killed it for too fast, of course. But it would have been very satisfying. Card move is good. Get rid of the last strike. Check for curses. Just in case you forgot. And my god, Crippling Cloud, Corpse Explosion against 3 cultists. That's a pretty good draw. If only nature was in my hand as well. They would already be dead. Pretty much. Would be at 18. And yep, Eviscerate is some great damage. Sadly had to break Ink Bottle there. Charge it a bit more. And somehow we found an Ink Bottle also. This deck is going so fast. Well-laid plans here, I'm going to click that. An Ink Bottle, every 10th card we play, we will draw a card. Very good. Playing a lot of cards here. And Blade Dance, of course, particularly good synergy with Ink Bottle. Makes you draw so often. And what to upgrade? Probably well-laid plans. I have so much respect for this card. If you watch my other runs, you know I perhaps overvalue putting it in play anyway. I don't think I overvalue clicking on it when it's offered to me in a card reward screen, but I may be too eager to play it, possibly. And the champ is here. We don't have like a catalyst in our deck, but I think I was just offered one, but I have so much damage that I don't even need it. By the time we've applied enough poison for a catalyst to matter, we're probably gonna have done 1,000 damage with sadistic nature or whatever, so no worries. And save Wraith Form, of course, for the split. A little bit too early to play that. And get Storm of Steel Tactician, or Storm of Steel Reflex, that's very exciting. And even had the Ink Bottle on 9 to draw another card, so draw 4 cards off Storm of Steel, wow. And nice hit Ascender's Bane with the Unseizing Top, that was good. And I put Ink Bottle on 9, and I pass. Very, very good. And now I can... It's about to split always this turn. 22 is going to get it to 217 health, which is less than half. So, time to go all out here. Sadly didn't hit any discard here, but double Eviscerate is insane. And now it's going to try to split. 34 is a lot, actually. Can't, we need to do unblocked attack damage for Envenom to work, so this is not going to actually happen. I can Corpse Explosion first, which will deal 10 damage. I wasted Ink Bottle there, that was a mistake. So yeah, I just played that for no reason. Didn't actually do any damage. It is blocking after all. But next turn it will only have 14 block, and should have better cards in my hand I can kill here. Just Storm of Steel. Oh, I just Wraith Form, of course. It's probably still dead, though. Got there. Second Wraith Form's here over Trash. Gonna take that. Pyramid is here. Already have a 4th energy. Definitely interested in a Pyramid. Pyramid's pretty good, in case you didn't know. And yeah, I mean, 18-minute Act 3. We are incredibly strong and only getting stronger, it seems. Not too much gold here. Might dodge a shop. Can go right there. Already have the green key, so we can go where we want. And 3 Elite Path on the right seems good. I played Blade Dance before the Gamble, just to draw more cards. It's totally fine. By the time we redraw those, they'll be dead already. So actually making Blade Dance even more broken than it already was. Basically 1 energy to draw 4 cards. 3 cards, because you have to get rid of the Blade Dance to make the 4 shivs. But I digress. I once again committed the sin of Ink Bottle. This just kind of happens to be that way. And Prepared Plus is offered. That's really good. And Orange Pellets is offered. Can only afford a shop relic, basically. So now we may remove the Wraith Form debuff with Orange Pellets. So don't even lose the decks anymore. And we can continue to block. Notably, it's not actually even that good until the hard fight, probably. As, we're not going to really need to be blocking with 2 Wraith Forms in our deck, except for the Beat of Death damage, probably. So if we happen to run out completely of decks and we can't even block the Beat of Death, that could be a bit awkward. But otherwise, we're fine. Looking for Corpse Explosion, of course. Got there. And you're not thinking too hard about Ink Bottle here. I'm just going. I'm very strong and interested in playing fast here. And only 30 gold for a Red Mask. Now that's what I'm talking about, Red Mask Salesman guy. That's a bargain. I'm happy to click on that. Oh, it's dead on turn 1. And by it, I mean all 3 of them. Huge. That's a good fight. And a burst is here. Check the pile here. Do have Crippling Cloud, which is pretty good. Double. It's not even upgraded. It's just simply not better than the other cards. Crippling Cloud usually an excellent upgrade, but we have way too many good upgrades. Reptomancer's here. 4 Reptomancer. And yeah, I have Pyramid. I don't even have to worry at all. Just save the Wraith Form for next turn. Wow, it's insane. Take 100? More like 6, actually. 5, rather. Sometimes Reptomancer hits you twice. And there's Envenom as well. Play the Envenom. And it can point stuff at Reptomancer. And it's all gonna die next turn, probably. And Well-Laid Plan's not even bad here. It's better than Strike. It leaves your deck when you play it, and it actually discounts another card to the moment at hand. And it even does Pellets as well. So, much better than a Strike, despite having no actual effect at all. And another Tactician's here. I'm going to take that. And now we're so strong that we just keep overhealing over and over and over. Bloody Idol and Eternal Feather just not doing anything anymore, really. But they may later. Definitely possible. And what to upgrade here? I already have so much damage. Don't need to upgrade any of this damage. I already have so much defense with Auric Alchem Double Wraith Form. Don't need to upgrade any defensive card. So upgrade a Prepared. Draw better. And discard more with Tingsha. Don't know if that's correct, but that's just what I was feeling at the time. And get a Blacksmith's Whetstone to upgrade 2 random attacks. Madness Event is not very good. I'm going to lose 3 max health. And we'll be removing the Dex minus from the double Dex minus here when I play an attack. I think a bit silly to play Storm Steel there. Could have kept my whole hand and just played Blade Dance instead. Definitely a mistake. It is intangible here, so just gonna draw towards the Envenom. And make sure I put that in play this turn, and then set up my hand for next turn, and hopefully should be good. Oh wait, it's non-intangible. What? I got my turns mixed up. Anyway, I kill it. And I keep Ink Pile on 9, very good. And we get a Giria and an Adrenaline, really good card. Also, I found a Stone Calendar at some point eventually. So Stone Calendar, whenever you end your turn on turn 7, you'll do 52 damage to all enemies. That's certainly not going to matter here. And Giria, we may now choose to gain 1 permanent strength at rest sites instead of upgrading a card or resting up to 3 times. It's not going to be very good here. We don't particularly care about strength when every single time we play an attack, it's going to apply a poison and deal 5 damage. It might be a little bit wild that I'm not upgrading Sadistic Nature when it's like kind of the whole thing, but with the Tingsha and the poison and the everything, we already have way too much damage for that to matter. So as fun as it is, I was not interested in upgrading it. So gonna kill Hexaghost on turn 3 here. Storm of Steel also, fucking Tingsha as well. And we get an Ice Cream, which will allow us to retain any unspent energy on each turn. And here's Sensory Stone. There's 1 Panache, 2 Panache, 3 Panache. And I was this close to committing to the bit, but Panache is not doing anything here. Why would I take Panache, which is essentially dealing 2 damage per card played to everything, when we're already doing so much damage? It's really bad, unfortunately. Even with Mummified Hand, even with how many cards we're playing, it's still bad. I could have considered taking 1, I suppose, but taking all 3 is actually a way to lose this run if I find Woke Bird, unfortunately. Of course, Wraith Form would make it so you'll probably not take much damage there anyway, but I digress. Drawing the Panaches before your other good cards is very spooky. And poor Giant Head. Never stood a chance. So now with Ice Cream, we can always discard these Tacticians comfortably. It's never gonna waste the energy. Should backflip first, actually. Would have drawn the Tactician and then discarded it. Having it in my hand after playing that is not good. Shouldn't have played Defend if I'm going to Storm of Steel, which I think I am. And this Prepared Reflex. I love that little combo. It feels so cool. Not something I do very often. I'm pretty low on Prepared in general, and like it's hard to waste an upgrade on Prepared, and not necessarily likely to find Prepared plus. So whenever it works out, I'm always a big fan of that. And Bag of Marbles is here. It'll apply 1 weaken, or 1 vulnerable, excuse me, to all enemies at the start of each fight. That's actually very nice in combination with this Red Mask, which applies 1 weaken, because that means in Act 4, the Elite, which has 2 artifacts, will actually have 0 artifact charges. And that is actually rather huge. So those relics, just for the fact that they, for free, remove artifact charges, is actually hugely valuable. Sometimes even more valuable than the effect they would always do anyway. And Time Eater is definitely the most sus here, I would say. The 12 cards a turn thing is a bit of a bummer here. But with second prepared here, I discard both Tacticians, and then next turn I can do the Reflex thing, hopefully have a good turn. And there's Envenom and Sadistic Nature. Was just taking it easy until I put those in play. No need to play Blade Dance or anything before that. That's just a waste of my Time Warp counter. Nearly splitting here, so I'm already doing math a little bit. If I play Eviscerate, that'll deal whatever Eviscerate is doing, 21, plus 15, plus 3 from the poison, and then I had to add the poison. It's actually splitting, I think, so make sure to get it just before splitting, and then have another 12-card turn where I get it as low as possible here, and then kill it on the next turn. That's the ideal line. And so, definitely need to play 12 cards here. Shouldn't be a problem. And my god, these Eviscerates are doing so much damage. Next turn, just Storm of Steel is probably enough, to be honest. The full hand. Corpse Explosion last. So now it's splitting. So it should just Storm of Steel. Indeed. And then the Tincture damage would remove the block, and then I suppose I just do this instead. Try to find the Eviscerates again. It's dead already, and Ink Bottle's on 9, so I just passed. Pretty good. So that very sus fight, 0 damage. And Woke Bird is here as well. Also, like, UNETHICAL would have been completely free here. But, this could be a little bit sus as well if we don't find the Wraith form fast enough. Gotta play that. And gonna kill this bird real quick. My god. And saving Piercing Wail for later. It may be good to reduce its strength on the split turn. And I can do the thing here actually with Piercing Wail and Masterful Stab. So play both Wraith forms, and then Piercing Wail is a skill, Masterful Stab's an attack, and can remove the Dex minus. Pretty good. And find some damage here. Definitely want to be drawing our Eviscerate on a turn where we have discarded cards already. Could have played Survivor on Tactician, gained 1 for energy, and not overdrawn a card here. Small nitpicks like that can be important. Now we have damage. And yeah, I mean, we have to kill this thing kind of fast. Don't want it to be able to attack us when we are out of Wraith form. 3 turns to go. And so just balls to the wall. Essentially trying to do as much damage as possible. Wasted the Ink Bottle there again, sadly. And I make my hand here. Exactly 5 cards. Keep my energy up with Ice Cream. Would be good. My god, that is so much damage. The Eviscerates were actually huge, to be sure. I took Eviscerate and then next 4 transformed into Eviscerate and Storm of Steel, right? I believe. So that was pretty cool. Storm of Steel really better with the Tincture and the Shivs being good with the Envenom Sadistic Nature combo. But the Prepares have been very good. And what to upgrade? Probably Footwork now, so I can actually make block against the heart sometimes. Nothing else matters yet again. Adrenaline also is fine. Oh, Footwork. Good job. And 426 gold is actually pretty good. Having a look here. There's a Calipers is a little bit ambitious. So remove a card, perhaps. Dark Shackles is really good against both of these fights. If I don't have Wraithorn in play, then basically completely neutralizes the multi-hit of the heart, and then there's also turn 2 of Act 4 Elite, where it hits you for 10 times 4, which is very scary. I removed Storm of Steel, perhaps a bit questionable, but I'm not interested in discarding my entire hand against these fights. I would much rather just keep doing the prepared thing and whatnot, and keep drawing eviscerates and all that, and can't buy potions, of course. So I'm considering, like, do I want another Blade Dance or not? I'm wasting the gold. Do I want tools? I can't buy tools anymore, actually. Chemex does nothing. I could have bought Chemex, cosmetic Chemex, but I didn't, sorry. There is Dark Shackles for next turn, but I have double Wraithform in my hand already. Not gonna matter so much. I could have considered saving the Burst Crippling Cloud for after updrawn Sadistic Nature, but had to get some cards out of my hand. And don't care about the Dex minus here. I have Corpse Explosion, I have so much damage. Just gonna chill. I actually did remove the Dex minus with Masterful Stab anyway, but that was just to get it out of my hand. I didn't actually care about that. Although I did only have 4 cards, so I should have saved it if I really didn't care about the Dex minus. Almost there. Corpse Explosion at the very bottom, so top decked, but really bottom decked. And put Ink Bottle on 9, onto the Heart Fight with 0 damage, very good fight. Get a Strawberry for 7 max health, and off we go. There's a Wraith form. Wrong order? Masterful Stab cost 1 because of that order. And so I have the option here to not play Wraith form. And the problem with this is, boy is my hand bad, basically. And then Wraith form, Mummified Hand hits the second Wraith form, so then I'm like, okay, fine. So off we go, play both Wraith forms. It's putting me on a timer a bit, but I can save the Dark Shackles or the Piercing Will, or both, for the later turns where it's hitting for a lot. And yeah, I need to find my good powers here. They are not showing up yet. I do Piercing Will block for basically 5 here. And try to make sure to save the Dark Shackles for later. But yeah, still no Envenom. And here's awkward. I should have played a card first, but I wasted Ink Bottle there again. But didn't have another way to discard the Reflex, so I did for basically only 1 card. Pretty awkward. So this is going very slow. I wasted 3 of my 6 turns without really doing any damage, and this is actually pretty spooky all of a sudden. One Dagger Spray would break the thing, but I'm interested in just gambling, it seems. Try to find better cards that can block. It's possible that we would, you know, run out of Wraith form, and we want to be able to tank the big, I believe, 50-ish damage hit once it hits us again. That way we can live that turn, and then Dark Shackles the multi-hit, and be fine. 54. And now it's going to hit us for the big hits. A whopping 1 damage. And get to have Stone Calendar this time. Actually gonna matter a little bit, probably. But boy, is this hand bad. Can't discard cards for Eviscerate. Still can't discard cards for Eviscerate. Can't get cards out of my hand for Blade Dance. Oof. So there's 49 damage. And we are taking 3 damage a turn now. We have officially run out of Intangible. And so we're on a little bit of a clock. And it's actually very scary here because I need to play this Dark Shackles next turn. So if I gamble the hand away here, then that's super sus. So now I have Auric Alchem here, so I don't want to get to like 1 health because then I can't even play 1 card if it's not a block card without dying, which could be bad. But if I play just Corpse Explosion here, for example, then I can pass, take 43, and then go down to 7. And now I can block and then Dark Shackles. And then now I'll have 2 turns to kill it again. And interested in finding Eviscerate again. Do have to get out still, so I need to be doing a lot of damage here. Prepared, surely. I could save it for next turn though. I'm already full blocking. The prepared can matter once I've drawn my 5 for the turn in order to make Eviscerate playable. And interested in that, for sure. I actually should not play that. Should have bursted that. So defend first, then burst, then backflip. Ends up being fine. And, oof, still whiffed. Still whiffed. Eviscerate might not even be in my draw pile. Oh, there it is. And last turn, but we made it through pretty comfortably here with the amount of damage we have. Just pass. And we've done it in 41 minutes as a silent. That's very unusual for me. Usually more of a Clad or a Watcher thing to do it that fast. But very cool run. A little bit scary at the end of the heart fight, but we made it through. Of course, Tinksha doing so much damage, 667 damage. Mummified Hand, of course, very, very strong as always. Bloody Idol, very, very strong as always. Very cool run. So much damage, so much cool stuff going on. If you're still here, how you not subbed, how you not liked the video, thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.